Breaking down all 31 things you missed from Survivor Season 45, Episode 3. We're talking all things the Lulu losers, the crazy Beware advantage, Caleb raiding the Red Tribe's camp, the best tribal council of all time, and much more. Careful for any spoilers if you haven't seen the episode yet, and make sure to stick around as we announce last week's giveaway winner. If you want to enter next week's giveaway, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment down below your winner pick for Survivor 45. Let's get started with number 31, Lulu after Tribal. I'm not gonna lie, I said it last week, but I'm so happy and it feels so good that the previously on Survivor segment and the theme song are both back. And Rob Sesternino said it best with a Rupert tweet that Survivor 45 is really good. This yellow tribe feels like they now have a chance to win without having Brandon. He was voted out at the last tribal council. And if you remember from last episode, Sabaya is gonna return the trust to Emily and giving her back her shot in the dark. We need to remember this key quote Emily says.
To know that if we lose the next immunity challenge, that unless something crazy is happening, I'm playing that shot in the dark.
Number 30, Big Brain Emily. I don't know if everyone would have picked up on this, but Emily realizes that Jeff didn't read all the votes at Tribal Council. We, the fans, we all know that Sabaya was not allowed to vote at Tribal Council, and that's why they weren't all read. This will be really important for later. I'm excited to talk about it. I'm calling my shot right now. Look for Caleb and Emily to be a power duo later in the game. Number 29, Disaster on Blue. Jake pulls off a move from Survivor Season 2, the Australian outback, takes in too much smoke and falls in the fire. Conspiracy theory, but if you take a better look at that confessional, he's sitting in the water, so maybe they made him sit there to cool off his burns. Real talk for a second, I'm really happy Jake's okay after his seizure or whatever happened there on the island, but that leads perfectly into our next moment. Number 28, Jake and Kendra. Kendra's gonna be playing a super emotional game out there, and I don't think she can win the game. But with that said, it's gonna be a really fun game to watch. She feels bad for Jake hurting himself, so she wants to work with him now. From a strategic standpoint, I don't think this alliance of Kendra and Jake is gonna last throughout the entire game, but it's cool to see they're making real friendships out there on the island. Number 27, the Red Tribe is hungry. We called it preseason. This Red Tribe is the dominating tribe this season. They're not gonna be losing a challenge, so they're just joking around, having a good time, being upset with the lack of food. With that said, at the end of the episode, the next time on Survivor segment we got to see, I'm so happy we're getting a real tribe swap. Number 26, Austin's big moment. I hate the idea of Austin telling Drew about the Beware advantage, and throwback to earlier in the season when Austin found this clue and it really didn't lead into anything. A little conspiracy theory, but I think Austin might have found this advantage earlier in the season, but the producers decide to edit it together right here to make Tribal Council what happens later make way more sense. Number 25, Love for Tacos. This whole scene was so fun to watch. Austin and Drew being scared they're gonna get caught, their code word being tacos, the music, everything was awesome. I feel like this is going to be important for later in the season, but Dee and Julie are starting to not trust Drew and Austin as they get caught looking for the advantage in a hilarious way. Thinking on his feet, Drew blames the whole thing on seafood, but Dee doesn't fully buy it. Number 24, reward time. I love me some intense slow-mo shots on Survivor. Time for the first reward challenge of the season. It's a similar challenge to what we saw in season 41 with Heather. Let's just roll the clip.
Yeah, to the right, to the right. There you go, same throw.
Heather is in trouble right now.
Heather, yes!
She will never get to that one.
You need to race to the beach one at a time, get through an obstacle with a ball, land a single ball in a hoop, and then land 3 rings. For reward, the first place finisher gets a giant fruit basket, and the second place finishers get a smaller platter. And as a bonus, the first tribe to finish, we knew this was coming, but they get to raid another tribe. Number 23, challenge time. If you love an underdog story, then you're just like me and you were cheering on this yellow tribe here. The most difficult part of this reward challenge being all 4 players need to get through the obstacle. Caleb's gonna be really fun to watch if he makes the merge, as he comes in clutch, winning the challenge as the yellow tribe gets their first win. And obviously they were so pumped to get the win, as red gets second place in the smaller fruit basket. Number 22, raid decision. Obviously living in the jungle, playing Survivor is super difficult. Getting this first challenge win here might be the momentum that yellow needed. Well, I mean, I wish that was the momentum they needed. We know what's gonna happen later. It doesn't work out that way. As they decide Caleb's gonna be the person going on the tribe raid, but we cut to commercial break before we see where. Number 21, prepare for Survivor. Just like how all the players come to Survivor prepared, you should be prepared as well with idle plays in my replica Survivor puzzles. Although the first episode was a little rocky, I'm loving Survivor 45 and I want to spread the love. As soon as this video goes live, the next person to place an order over $60, I'm going to be sending them a bonus free yellow fire puzzle. So if you want to check out some Survivor replica puzzles and games and you want to help support me and the channel, please go to idleplays.com. And remember, the first person to place an order over $60, I'm going to be sending them this bonus yellow fire puzzle. Number 20, Goodwill Advantage. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this new Goodwill Advantage. Personally, I think it's really simple, kind of boring, but a much needed addition to new era Survivor when people are always losing their vote. How the advantage works is Caleb needs to give it to someone on the tribe he's raiding, and if that person happens to lose their vote, they're able to get it back. Number 19, who's getting raided. This is always super fun to watch as we're cutting back and forth between the blue tribe and the red tribe as we're not sure who is going to be getting raided. It ends up being the red tribe as Drew thinks Caleb is running the game on the yellow tribe. Number 18, Caleb's decision. Shout out Canada, with Caleb saying he's from Canada in one of my winner picks for the season. Obviously this red tribe is all about fun as Sifu and J Maya are gonna sing a song, but I'm seriously starting to question if Sifu fits in on this red tribe as Caleb decided to take the fishing gear and leave behind only one spear. Number 17, one-on-one talks. Seeing how it ends up working out with Caleb having all these one-on-one conversations with everyone, I think he overdoes it a little bit as everyone thinks he's a crazy player, but at the same time I love the approach here, taking that one-on-one extra time with everybody on this red tribe to get to know him. Drew can't keep a secret out there on the island. He ends up telling Caleb about his safety without power advantage, so although Drew still has his vote, Caleb returns the favor to him with that knowledge and gives him the advantage. We need to remember the person on this tribe without their vote right now is Austin. Number 16, Drew shares info. I'm gonna be getting so mad all episode with this red tribe not being able to keep a secret. I'm actually gonna be okay in this situation with Drew telling Austin and Dee about the Goodwill Advantage. It's an advantage that doesn't have much power, and because Austin is the person without his vote, it's gonna bond him and Drew even tighter. Number 15, Yellow enjoying fruit. No longer being the Lulu losers, this yellow tribe is feeling super positive. And we gotta give a round of applause for this yellow tribe winning their first challenge of the season. But hold on for a second, they still need to win the immunity challenge. Number 14, Sean and Sabaya. Early on in the game with this yellow tribe, I thought Caleb and Sabaya were the tightest duo, but episode 2 made sure to highlight that Emily's actually the closest person with Caleb. We know what happens later, and in my opinion, one of the best moments, one of the best tribal councils in Survivor history. I'm just so excited to talk about it. The big issue here, Sabaya was planning a move to get Caleb out that should be happening around episode 9 or 10, but instead it's episode 3. Number 13, Emily and Shaw. The real obvious vote from the community if the yellow tribe goes back to tribal council is Emily, but the community thinks Emily and Caleb is the new Denise and Malcolm. So while Caleb's being busy off at the tribe raid, Sean and Sabaya tell Emily they should vote out Caleb. This full circle moment is crazy as it's looking like Emily may be the swing vote on the tribe. As right now, Sabaya can't vote at tribal council and Sean's gonna be voting for Caleb. Number 12, fishing on blue. 100% it seems like that would get cut out if we didn't have 90-minute episodes, and I'm loving this so much. Part of the reason I love Survivor so much is the survival aspect of the show. Number 11, strategy on blue. The problem on Survivor when only one tribe is going to every single tribal council is the other tribes want to start playing the game. Personally, I'm a big fan of Bruce, but it's hilarious how much Katurah hates him. And the alliances on this blue tribe are pretty muddy and confusing as number 1, we have a girls alliance. Number 2, we have an alliance of Kelly and Brando. Number 3, we have an alliance of Kendra and Jake. And number 4, on top of that, we have Katurah hating Bruce. Number 10, idol search on red. Sifu and J Maya are in a bad spot, not being in the alliance at all, and I have a feeling that they have no impact on the game as a whole, and that's why we're not getting any screen time from them. So anyways, as these two are distracted, we have the other 4 players looking for the advantage. Come on, Austin, why did he need to tell the girls about the beware advantage? It's a big mess as one person is babysitting the other 2, as everyone else is going on the idol hunt, leading leading into number 9, Austin finding the advantage. Deep breath, we need to slow down for a second. Everyone plays this badly. Lesson to future Survivor players, please, please, please just keep this a secret. Number 8, special immunity idol. And whoa, this was a big explosive moment in Survivor. I was speechless. I have a feeling this red idol from Austin was found earlier in the season, but they decided to show it right here so Tribal Council makes more sense. The rules of the idol say it only works for the next Tribal Council, but if you sacrifice your vote, the power is extended until all tribes are on the same beach, and if you sacrifice a second vote, the power turns into a real idol that can be used until the final 5. I gotta say, I love the idea on Survivor of people sacrificing their vote instead of losing their vote. Number 7, this red alliance. This is gonna be the last time I rant about this red alliance this episode, but they better make it to the final 4 for the amount of time they're sharing secrets, as Austin goes to tell Dee and Julie that he found the idol. Number 6, challenge time. For the immunity challenge, the players will race with a cart, collect some keys and heavy puzzle pieces, taking the crate apart and back together to solve a cube puzzle. Number 5, immunity challenge. Low key, when you think about it, this is insane that we're on day 7 and this yellow tribe still doesn't have their flint. In a way, making this a must-win situation for them if they want to survive the rest of the game. Fun fact, I know Jeff Probst has been saying that they're making new puzzles for this season, but that's not exactly true, as I have the cube puzzle in a mini form. No one's more prepared for Survivor than I am, as yellow is sadly going back to tribal with red in first place and blue in second place. This was amazing, but also so tough to watch with the devastating music as yellow lost the challenge. Number 4, the Lulu losers. Don't get me wrong, it is my dream to one day go and play Survivor, but it's moments like this, how down and out this Lulu tribe is, that really scares me. Hopefully on a future season of Survivor, I'm not the first boot of the season. Number 3, the plans. With only 4 people on the tribe, we have a couple different plans on what's going to happen. Number 1, all votes on Emily, but tell Emily the vote is Caleb. Number 2, all votes on Emily, but tell Emily the vote is Sabaya. Number 3, Caleb and Emily vote out Sabaya. The big issue is Sabaya still doesn't have her vote until she melts the wax off of her idol. This goes into what I was talking about earlier in the episode. We find out the true rules of the idol from Austin, so we know what Sabaya might do. Because of all this confusion of Sabaya not having her vote, she needs to tell Emily the plan if she wants to get Caleb out. But Emily is so smart, she really trusts Caleb, so she uses this knowledge to tell Caleb to vote out Sabaya. Number 2, Tribal Council. If you've been a fan of this channel for any period of time, you know that the new era Tribal Councils have been so boring for me. But this right here was one of the best Tribal Councils of all time, and it starts with a bang with Sabaya putting her idol in the fire. All I'm saying is we need to remember this confessional of Emily from episode 1. Let's just roll the clip.
I'm not gonna win the game. I would rather be the first person voted off. It's a complete waste of time if you're not the sole survivor. Excuse me for being honest.
Remember, we learned the rules about this idol earlier in the episode with Austin, so we know what Sabaya might do here. All the knowledge Sabaya had points towards her thinking Caleb's gonna be the one voted out. So after the idol's done melting away, she decides to sacrifice her vote to gain more power with the idol. Without having all the knowledge, this is a really smart move by Sabaya because going into a tribe with only 3 players is so dangerous. But it doesn't end up working out, leading into number 1, Sabaya voted out. And with that, the Lulu idol is out of the game as well. Anyways, congratulations Brooke, you're this week's giveaway winner. I'll announce a new winner next week, and click right here for my video ranking Survivor players for 40 minutes straight.